Mehron Spirit FX. My name's Jared Sinclair, and today we're going to teach you how to turn yourself into a zombie.
It's touching my head.
All of the products we used on today's episode we bought from a local costume store, or you can get them online. Let's get into it. First we'll start with the moulding putty. You want to take a little bit out and start to shape it like so. Next, figure out where you're going to place the putty. After this, we're going to start to apply the spirit gum. Let it dry a bit so it becomes tacky. You next want to place the wax over the spirit gum. You now want to start moulding it onto your face by smoothing out the edges. You can choose to either use your fingers or a spatula. It's really up to you. Now just repeat the process on the other side. After that, it should look a little something like this. Apply some of the liquid latex around the edges to create a smoother surface. This also helps it stick down a bit better. So next we want to grab the liquid latex again. Next thing we want to do is we want to apply a layer of liquid latex inside the wound. Next, apply some tissue paper, like so. Repeat this process a couple more times. This gives off the illusion that your skin is either peeling off your face like you've been burnt or it's been torn apart. It's really up to you how thick or thin you'd really like it. It just requires more tissue paper and just doing this process a couple more times. Now that that's done, while the liquid latex is still wet, rip up some cotton balls and apply them inside the wound. This will give off the chunky, gory effect once the blood is added later. After all of that, this is what it should look like. For the next step, we'll apply the makeup. This will create the effect of bruising and inflammation around the wound. For our zombie, we've chosen to use red, purple, brown, and yellow. The colour combination is entirely up to you and whatever you may have at the time. This is just a guide, so feel free to let your creativity run wild. This is just what we chose to do. Next comes the extremely messy fun part, adding the blood. We started with the stage blood first. Apply some on the inside of the wounds, on the outside of the wounds, and also some on the putty. Next up, we have the thicker blood. This is where we get to have a lot of fun. Now using a Q-tip, apply like so. After all the stages are complete, this should be the final result. Now for the finishing touches, we use some black eyeshadow to do underneath the eyes, around the side of the wounds, the cheekbones, and the nose. Once again guys, this is just the way we did it. You're more than welcome to try it your own ways. It's all about personal taste. This is just the way we did it. And there you have it, one chunky, meaty, gory zombie. There you go guys, a nice, cheap and easy zombie for all your undead needs. We'd like to say thanks for tuning in with us, and all the products that we used in today's episode will be linked in the description down below. And if you want to like, share and subscribe, feel free. And until we see you next time, have a good night.